What's going on with the goings on, y'all? Back like I never left, because I never did. You know what I'm talking about? We just got to do a part two. Uh, Let me talk you know what I'm talking about? And I guess that's going to be the segment from this point on. I'm going to label this as Let Me Talk My Shit Part 1 and Let Me Talk My Shit Part 2. You know what I'm talking about? And we're going to keep it moving. You understand me? Because we definitely got to. You know what I mean? Let's talk about a few things. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Summer Walker on your beautiful tour, young lady. Shout out to Summer Bree. This is definitely a tragedy. I do need to know who's riding there. It's only a few Lambos that color, sir. So there's definitely some viable information there that's not being disclosed to the public. We're gonna get to the bottom of it though. Was it rented out? That's all I want to know. Because if not, they coming. You know what I'm talking about? And niggas gonna act like they show sex shot. But that's why the world fucked up the way it is, because niggas don't be shocked about nothing. Niggas already be knowing what's going on when it's going on. But I told you that 80-20 be a bad joint. Anyway, let's get into Summer Bree and her case. So I guess Summer Bree over the weekend, Summer Bree threw a party. I don't know if it was her party, they party, who party it was. But 3 individuals threw a party. You feel me? And after the party, it was a beautiful soiree. After the party, motherfuckers met up at the gas station. When they met up at the gas station, an altercation ensued between 2 assailants. And some guys got involved. And you know, once men get involved, then chaos ensues. And the young lady was followed to the crib, and I guess they shot one of the assailants, and then she got back in the car and they shot the car up, killed 3 of the assailants. She was one of them. More information to be put out. You know what I'm talking about? You know they ain't gonna keep nothing a secret in 2026. So you know I come to you with more facts as the story unfolds, but we need to find out who is we need to find out who the Lambo was registered to, which would give us a whole lot of information. Then I'm pretty sure they only showed one video cam. I'm pretty sure that looked like a mid-grade residential neighborhood, so it's more than one ring cam in that neighborhood that caught what was going on when it was going on. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, we're gonna get into all that. We definitely gonna find out what's going on. You know what I'm talking about? It's just gonna take a while, I would imagine. Now I didn't talk about a lot of this when I was on my last segment, but we're gonna talk about it now. AB, Adrian Broner, telling on himself. So like I said, like I said in my last segment, Big Meech threw a party. So you know AB and Dean the Great was there. I guess AB decided to inebriate himself and talk. I guess when you get inebriated, you able to talk a little bit, and sometimes you be putting your foot in your mouth and you was saying how you wouldn't be here right now, and you know what I'm saying, you put yourself in harm's way, and people got you out of it. And now that's all I'm gonna say about it. You understand? Because you know what I'm saying. I don't know how far the statute of limitations goes. So we're gonna keep it as that. Oh, I don't even know what this say. Yeah. All right. So we're just gonna move on. Stephen A. Smith. Oh, excuse my language. I am so. I think I might be coming down with a cold, y'all. Stephen A. Smith and him throwing rocks and hiding his hand. and the whole Jaylen Brown debacle. This started about a week or two, but that's just who Stephen A. Smith is. He always gonna throw rocks and then hide behind young Caucasian and say, "Oh, it ain't my fault." And if you wouldn't give me news, I'm gonna report it. Sometimes you gotta do your due diligence, like. And you know, when you're not the smartest nigga in the room, you gotta listen. And in this instance, you're not the smartest nigga in the room. You know what I'm talking about? I think that might be all I need to say about that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Nigga always gonna throw rocks. You know what I'm talking about? You just can't live in a glass house. Now, I already stated this, but yeah, Big Meech being on point with the women. You know what I'm saying? He just aware of his surroundings. He been incarcerated, so his head always on the swivel. You know what I'm saying? He got older, so he got a little wisdom, so he can understand. He can break down information a whole lot better than you can. And sometimes he be seeing it coming. That's that fortitude. You know what I'm talking about? So shout out to Big Meech and knowing what the hoes do. Forgive my language. You understand? You see it. The hat is on. So I guess Mega State Fair attendees don't know what state it was, but I guess y'all was in the African American Museum and y'all had to take shelter because it started tea storming. You feel me? And you know what I was thinking? How ironic. Even my ancestors is willing to save the Caucasian in harsh conditions. No, what I really wanted to say was my ancestors saving you even in passing. You know what I'm talking about? We are always willing to help the masses, regardless to the fact. Feel me? We gonna find a way. Kudos to my ancestors. Shout out to Skilla Baby. Hey, I seen big fella. You a big fella now. You ain't little skinny Skilla. You ain't Mr. Skills no more. You big skills. Shit, say I got all this time on my hands. I might as well get me some money. Hey, let me get you 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 some money. Hey. You know what I'm talking about? For real, for real. Shout out to you, Skilla Baby. Guess we're gonna get back into these antics again. Shout out to Cardi B, Lotto, and who else? Akbar V. So I guess over this last week, you, meaning Cardi B, you Lotto and Akbar V going back and forth. She taking you off a record, you going live and not spitting her bars and making the line yours, saying that, you know what I'm saying, instead of saying Big Lotto, you saying yellow Barty. All this is fine and dandy, you know what I'm talking about, but ain't nobody got in no booth yet except for Akbar V. Akbar V is the only person that got in the booth and said something. Now, I know Lotto got her little bars, but they commercialized, so she can easily say it meant something else. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we need some freestyles going again. I see the young bitches doing it. Excuse my language, don't mean to offend or harm anyone. This is my disclaimer. I see the young ladies doing it. They're having a fun time doing it too. You old women gotta get in the booth. You old men. And she young niggas out here doing it. But she ain't nobody really listening to the young man right now. If you ain't Drake, you know what I'm talking about? And he already solidified. It took him 12 years to get where he at. Can't tell him nothing. I wouldn't want to tell a nigga nothing if it took me 12 years to get here. I leave him alone. Let him enjoy whatever he got going on when it's going on in the zone, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Let him bask in his beautiful glory. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? And shit, he got all the best producers, so it's hard for you to even get one now unless you fucking with DJ Khaled, and he's scurvy anyway. Speaking of drag, you had a Janice day, huh? Dig that. Shit, that's what's up. That's 100, son. I wish you would since you named it that, you know what I'm talking about? Wish you would give out some love. I seen Sada Baby. You know what I'm talking about? He shot his little move. Shit. No, all I need you to do is shoot yours. You shoot yours, we gonna be straight. You know what I'm talking about? I guess I have to be quiet for a long time again, huh? Shout out to you though, Drake. Shout out to Huron Valley Correctional Facility. And shout out to the young ladies that have been doing their due diligence when it comes to giving out the information about Huron Valley Correctional Facility and how it's not harboring the fugitives. You know what I'm talking about? They put them in horrible conditions and wanting them to work with what they got going on, and that ain't what's going on. You know what I'm talking about? I'm glad y'all are putting boots to the ground and giving some intelligence and due diligence with this viable information. You know what I'm talking about? And like I said, kudos to y'all and keep going. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody gonna listen. You feel me? All we need is one politician. But you know how politicians work these days. You gotta grease the nigga hand. You damn near gotta come with the money in your hand. Shit crazy, man. Shout out to the ALS challenge. I'm giving claps to all the young men that decided to do the ALS challenge, from Eddie George to, let's see, who else I seen do it, to Chris Johnson's kids. You feel me? And Bronny James. Shout out Bronny James. I hope you do the challenge, young man. You know what I'm talking about? Young man, old man. Yeah, LeBron James need to do the challenge, and his two sons need to be on side of him pouring that ice. You know what I'm talking about? What do I say? Eddie George, Edgar and James. It's quite a few cats. I think I seen Nate Burleson do it. Yeah, it was quite a few. It was a lot. It was so many I can't really name all of them. But yeah, man, I seen his wife. Shout out to his wife. You know what I'm talking about? And all the things she going through. You feel me? I know it's hard. Just listening and knowing, like, damn, I only got so long to be hubby bubby with this man before I know he gone. Like, it ain't nothing else I can do. Ain't nothing that no one can do. We could just keep praying and hope we find a solution. Other than that, nigga, we already got a time and a date. That's like, nigga, knowing you finna die. Right? Niggas always want to know when they finna go. Until you know when you finna go. I already said shout out Drewski, so shout out to you again, Drewski, and your skits. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. Now I didn't get into this much. But AB, shout out to Adrian Broner. This is like my second time, bro. And I still got like 2 more. So Adrian Broner decided he wanted to talk to the rich man's girlfriend. You know what I'm talking about? You in this man's house. And you so inebriated, you ain't even paying attention to the girls you talking to. Or were you paying attention to the girls you was talking to? And you wanted to see how far you can get with what you had going. You just didn't know that he's a Detroit player. He already seen what was going on. He wanted to see how far it was gonna go on. You know what I'm talking about? He ain't gonna interrupt what you got going on, cause he probably got shit going on himself. He ain't worried about none of that. You know what I'm talking about? Plus, he a Detroit player. He know he ain't worried about you doing whatever you got going on. And you see how she did it and played it. Oh, nigga, what is you doing? Don't you see my man standing right there, nigga? You playing too much. He didn't care. He didn't care who your man. Oh, that's your own. Let me apologize. So what if that his man? What if she wasn't Big Meech's woman? Would you still would have had the same approach? Would you disregard what he had going on if he would have been a regular guy? Sometimes these rich niggas be having me fucked up. Like, nigga, you can't. That's why I told you. You can't get inebriated and want to come on and stream, bro. Nigga see everything. Nigga know what's going on when it's going on. Most of these niggas got this drunk nigga at the crib right now. He just ain't famous. So they gonna see the telltale signs. Even if you faking it. You know what I'm talking about? I never reveal nothing of that. But, you know what I'm talking about? You be doing too much. But that's no here, no there. Let me go on to, this is very disturbing, man. So I guess in South Carolina, Michelle Herring and John Arena Harrison. I'm just gonna call you John Harrison, and I'm gonna call you Michelle Herring. Same as your name. I guess you unalive. I don't know how old this young lady was, but Giovanna Herring. Y'all unalived her and then waited 30 days before you called the police and reported her missing. You ain't even reported her unalive. You reported her missing like something was going on, like they was going to continue going on with this information. But unbeknownst to y'all, they already knew what was going on, and they knew that you was, and it's just disturbing as hell, bro. I hate talking about these stories at this point. I'm finna stop reporting on it. Because a lot of you motherfuckers is sick, bro. You mean to tell me you waited 30 days? That means you waited until you got a whole nother check, huh? Before you reported her missing or whatever it was. You reported her missing, though. You ain't report her dead. You ain't say you found her unresponsive. You said she was gone. Like, nigga, they went on a search looking for a nigga. Yeah, y'all are something else. And I hope y'all get the justice y'all deserve. But y'all in South Carolina, that's a Commonwealth state too. You might get no time. Fuck around and get 3 to 5 years and 5 years probation. Be back on the street. A doctor, baby, this time, because you ain't gonna be able to make none. They're gonna take whatever you make. That is. It's a blessing and a curse. Like, you ain't gonna be able to make no more kids. Any kids you make, they gonna take them from you. Not unless you move to a whole nother state. You feel me? But yeah, that's about it with that information. Damn, this might be over quicker than it started. So I guess, hey, shout out to Young M.A. She got a new song out called I'm gonna state the obvious. You feel what I'm saying? I like the song. You know what I'm saying? And if you bang bang boogie, then you bang bang boogie. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the BBB. You feel me? Understand me? So if you bang bang boogie, then you know. And if you know, then you know it. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. And when you see them bros, bang bang boogie. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like, yeah, I like this song. Shit, I might have to go play that bitch again. You know what I'm talking about? You bang, bang, banging. You know what I'm talking about? Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to Mr. Witherspoon. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, that's it. You know what I'm talking about? It still ain't better than spin that shit. And the only reason why it ain't better than spin that shit, It's because it's relatable. You know what I'm talking about? It's what's going on. And if you can relate to what's going on, then it's going on. But and for real, you can't teach that skill. So it's gonna take a long time for a hero to come along and speak like that. You feel me? And a lot of motherfuckers that came along can speak like that, and they, you know what I'm saying, they toyed with their emotions because they was able to pull on the heartstring. You feel me? What's near and dear to you? Let's fuck with it, or give it some type of boost in prowess and keep it moving. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. So I guess they didn't put the timer on my news feeds again. I guess I gotta go delete some shit. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, hey, my information might be coming to an end. You're gonna look up and I'm gonna do a sabbatical again, and it's gonna take me about 2 years. It'll take me 2 years this time to come back on the screen. I got one more topic and then we're gonna get on up out of here. So we got the whole Adrian Broner and Dean the Great debacle going on. So I guess one of their last live streams, they wanted to break up. They had a whole altercation and, you know what I'm saying, almost came to fisticuffs. And you could tell that Adrian Broner might have been a little inebriated. And then he gave the man a phone call and said, how everything going over there? And Dean the Great like, nigga, just get in the car. He like, nope, I ain't coming back. So you gonna go home, get sober, and then what? You know what I'm saying? I talk my shit about, nigga, y'all shouldn't fuck with each other, but it seemed like you can't fuck around if you ain't fucking around with the nigga. You are the nigga. Adrian Broner, you are the famous motherfucker. But Dean is the creator. You know what I'm talking about? I don't like that. Me personally, I think you could do good without him if you can create. If you can curate, excuse my language. If you can create, I can't even say it right. If you can make your own vision, then you straight. But you got to be willing to make that vision, and you got to know what's happening when it's happening. But that's how it's happening. A lot of the reason why a nigga wanted the breakup to happen is because the chemistry, bro. It seemed like Dean was always telling you what to do. You feel me? And you was always negating what he was saying to do because you thought he was correcting you. The whole time he was correcting you. He telling you the right thing. You just don't want to listen because you the elder statesman. You think he just saying shit to be saying shit the whole time. You wasn't for what was going on when it was going on. And then when they did the Young Summer Walker thing, you ain't want to be in the camera like that. You feel me? You gonna let Summer Walker do his thing. You know what I'm talking about? Me personally, because I had time to sit and think and educate myself on the situation. I really don't know what you're gonna do once y'all break up. Because you're gonna have to come with a storyline. You know everything and everybody. You feel me? And then you got Ray J out of all motherfuckers. Willie know what he doing. You just got to be willing to listen to Willie. And then sometimes Willie be Willy Wonka. He definitely be in his own chocolate factory. So, nigga, one thing about it, though, he know what he doing, bro. So, even if he do say some weird fuck nigga shit, it's like, okay, Ray J, we might have to dumb this down a little bit, but we can make it happen. Just you know what I'm talking about? Work around. You gonna have to be able to tell Ray J, look, I ain't gonna be able to do that convincingly. We gonna have to find an alternative. And he definitely gonna be able to find you an alternative, trust me. When Ray J come up with some shit, he come up with 2 or 3 different things at the same time. He ain't just, you know what I'm saying? He one of the ones. A one-of-one type nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadys. You know what I mean? But if y'all do decide to do y'all thing, nigga, like I said, you just gonna have to come up. You feel me? I don't know what Dean the Great gonna do because all the celebrities gone. Regular niggas ain't gonna make it happen. So, but like I said, you know what I'm saying? I guess this is the last of the last and the end to the end. You know what I mean? So guess what? If you see the light, you know it's real. And with all that being said, as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.